The Escort XR3i. What is it? It's a hot hatch. It's a family car. It's the first family car to be fitted with a heated front windscreen.
Family car. Heated windscreen.
It's very Ford. It's about the same length as an RS Turbo. It's an identity crisis.
The revised Mk4 Escort, launched in 1986, had a pretty wazzy codename. It was called Erica. Really? The XR3 was seen somehow as a credible challenger for Volkswagen's legendary Golf GTI. It trailed the Golf in the power and handling stakes, but crucially, it also trailed it in the price tag stakes.
Erica lent itself very nicely as a platform for the all-new Escort XR3i, in that it was pretty much exactly the same. All they had to do was add some injection at the front and an eye at the back. Oh, and they added some 80s bits as well, spotlights and spoilers and things like that. And to go with the heated front windscreen, an extra gear. And that was fairly useful, actually.
Perhaps being the bargain of the hot hatch bunch lacks the poetry you'd want from a fast Ford. But then the Mark I and Mark II Escorts had delivered enough poetry to last a lifetime. Seemingly, however, by the mid-80s, Ford had long since forgotten what the Escort was really good at. Rally.
Or maybe they looked at what they'd done and they thought if they didn't mention the sporting pedigree of the rear-wheel drive Escorts, no one would remember. Or maybe it's more simple. Maybe they were just too concerned with a troubled Group B rally campaign with the RS200.
The 80s Escort faced many challenges, namely the fact that this legendary rear-wheel drive platform had been replaced with front-wheel drive. But let's not forget that most cars, Ford or not, lived in the shadow of the formidable Sierra Cosworth.
The Escort wasn't yet ready to step up to the Cosworth mantle. They were saving that. But even as an answer to the 1.8 Golf GTI, the Escort continued to fall short with the XR3i. But as comparisons go, it's a fairly unfair one. It doesn't do this car justice. It isn't slow. It's good fun. It's quite practical. And there were a lot of complaints at the time that the suspension was too hard. And you and I both know that that's good news, except for your granny.
Maybe a fairer comparison would be with the XR3i's stablemate, the Series 2 RS Turbo, a car considerably better, faster, and more equipped in every way, except that front heated windscreen. The XR3i was very normal, while the RS was shouty, in your face. The XR offered a compromise, a sort of halfway house for those who weren't really sure whether they wanted a family car or a hot hatch.
Let's not forget, not everybody is lucky enough to have the luxury to pick an all-out sports car when they select their daily transport. There are factors to consider such as practicality, running costs, insurance costs. What will your mates say at the pub? What will your wife say? Mate's wife. RS XR. Surely a sporting Escort is the one thing in life that we shouldn't have to compromise on. Something that says exactly who we are, what type of a driver we are. The XR3i leaves me with questions. Questions which I'll ponder on my way home in my Focus ST. Diesel. Estate.